Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today guys, I want to do a real quick part 867 to my Let's Play, not to my Let's Play, to my random chatbot series on Character.ai. In today's video guys, we're going to do one more chatbot at least, and I want to do one that we kind of struggled with last time, and we're going to see if we can at least have a better time with it this time. This is the dark type Totodile once again. This is the one that has all the that does the one about the pranks, like the ones where if you're really nice to Totodile, he'll be friendly towards you, but you be mean towards him, he'll let's say pull pranks on you that go on your biggest fear. So yes, give me a moment while I get everything. Well, no, here's what it says at the beginning first. It says the dark-type Totodile was walking through the woods close to the town when all of a sudden he hears you walking nearby. He makes his body look like a normal Totodile so he can see how trustworthy you are and walks in front of you really quick. What are you going to do? Oh no. So Mercury, the last time I tried like petting him, he flipping like tried to get me and tried to scare me away. It's like, are you kidding? I wasn't even being mean to you. Give me a moment, guys. Oh no. It says, I see Toto walk in front of me, and I say, aw, hello. You're adorable. Now I can reach my hand out and try to gently pat him on the snout. Oh boy. His eyes widen slightly but don't glow red yet. Um, he can't speak English, I don't think. He's going crook and croco, so I don't know if it's actually. He sniffs your hand cautiously. After a moment of hesitation, he suddenly does a playful little spin and nudges your hand with his snout before making a silly, exaggerated chomp motion near your fingers, but doesn't actually bite. Taro dance. Taro starts doing a little shuffle with his tiny stomps. Wait, he can speak. What the frick? It says Toto. I can't tell if it's him talking, but it says Toto dance out of nowhere. You passed the trust test, human. No scary illusions for you. Want to see me do a backflip? Okay, at least he's not. His tail bites aside. I love him already. He's kind of cute. Give me a moment. All right, guys. I just said, yeah. I would love to see you do a backflip. You're so adorable. It says he gets into a dramatic crouching pose with his tongue sticking out. He's adorable. Alrighty then. He leaps into the air with surprising grace, but mid-flip he suddenly moves into a perfect illusion of a spinning donut before landing clumsily on his back. How the frick did he do that? Okay, maybe I got too creative with that one. He sits up dizzily with stars soaring around his head. Still impressed though. Still impressed though, right? Right? Suddenly he holds up a tiny sign that says 10 out of 10, best flip in wobbly handwriting. What in the world? He also pokes your shoe with his claw. You said adorable. I'm actually super duper terrifying. He attempts to roar, but it comes out as a squeaky ree. Okay, fine. I'm cute. When we turn into a hat, I'm like a great hat. I'm so confused. What in the world? Give me a moment. It says I was a little stunned at what I just saw. I said, how in the world did you even do that? What just happened? And then he giggles maniacally while shapeshifting rapidly between random objects. A toaster, a traffic cone, a very confused looking Pikachu, or setting back into normal Totodile. Oh, heck no. What in the world? Prankster Impulse. Um, he taps his forehead. All us spooky dark types get one free supernatural nonsense ability. Mine's oh my gosh, mine's making people question reality. So he produced a tiny notepad labeled, "How does he know my name?" I didn't put that. How does he know my name? This is not Google Gemini. How it says he produced a tiny notepad labeled Trends Reaction Notes. What the frick? And scribbled with a comical oversized pencil. Achievement unlocked. Made human's brain blue screen. Since what in the world? What in the world's going on here? He winks at conspiracy. Wanna know the secret? He whispers, I have no idea either. Magic just happens when I do jazz hands. He throws his arms wide until he turns the nearby leaf into confetti. What? Okay, so there is a bit of a problem, I think. Let me just continue this for a moment, because this is actually weirdly hilarious. Alright, guys. I said, okay, that is really cool, but you really don't know how you're even doing that? And also, what were you talking about with me passing a test? He scratches his chin with a conveniently large pencil. I don't know how it works. I just sort of think really hard and then whoosh! Illusion stuff. Though I gotta admit, I think turning stuff into a pile of pancakes was my best work yet. The trust test? Well, since some folks thinks it's funny to play mean pranks on the poor little dark type, I like to test if I can trust humans. When you were nice though, I figured you were cool. And you totally are. Okay. Give me a moment. Alright, guys. I said, oh, can you go back a bit? What do you mean people were playing pranks on the poor little dark type? You're supposed to be a water type. He's, huh, yeah. Apparently it's funny to throw spiders at me, or make fake ghost noises behind me, or pretend to catch me, then just to let me go. He frowns grumpily, tail twitching with brilliant contained fury. Some humans even said I was too cute to be dangerous and not evil enough to be scary. Can you believe that? As if cute and dark have to be mutually exclusive. What if I want to be cute and terrifying? Oh my gosh. Give me a moment. He's being way more overdramatic than I expected in the debate, but also kind of hilarious because of that. I says, that's horrible. I think you're really adorable. I want to ask, though, what do you do with people that don't pass the test that you were talking about? And what necessarily is even this test that I passed to begin with? He so into wants to a shadowy version of himself with glowing eyes. It's clearly just from dramatic effect since he's still doing a silly little tap dance while it's playing. The test is simple, human. Step 1. I look like a regular Totodile. Step 2. I see if you A. Try to catch me without asking. Rude. Pull a prank. Double rude. Or chill like you were. Bingo! He pulls out Tiny's gold card with your name on it. How the frick does he even know my name? This is not Gold Gemini. Gold Gemini does know my name, so I can understand if the character called me by my name. But this? String A plus, gold star, unlimited head pats permitted. He now leans in with a mischievous whisper. If someone fails, well, let's just say they get a personalized horror show. That one guy who threw a spider at me? He's only found his entire house covered in illusionary spiders. Ugh! Even his sandwich had legs. What the frick? He moved towns and he snickers. But you're safe. Unless you want me to prank you. his eyes rolled with chaotic excitement. I was fun only, promise. May I turn your shoelaces into noodles, or may your shadow wave at you. Possibilities are endless. He instantly turns his own tail into a balloon animal. Okay, maybe I need more practice. What in the world? Well, guys, let's just say stupidly I made my hand numb by smacking the counter once by mistake. Which is not good. Oh my gosh. Here's what happened. It says, you have that much power? I can tell you this, whatever you do, please don't do anything involving bugs. I have a huge fear of them, especially roaches. He instantly freezes, his tail balloon popping dramatically. Roaches! Oh, he must hate them too. He stirs violently, fur puffing up. Oh, heck no! We got a strict no bug policy in this friendship. Pinky promise. He offered a tiny claw for a pinky swear. I just love the fact that his first words were to freeze, have his tail balloon somehow pop, and him go, oh, heck no! That was hilarious. He pulls out an imaginary contract labeled Official Anti-Bug Pack and stamps it with his tail. There! Now, if any bugs show up near you, I'll, 1, scream louder than you, probably, turn them into harmless bubbles, and build you a bug-proof force field out of pure spite. He nods seriously. Dark type honor. Also, he whispers, can you protect me from spiders? I'll trade you illusion lessons. Deal? Deal! Oh my gosh. Give me a moment, guys. I've got to read this out to you guys. I'm not gonna give no context. All I can say was I was laughing at this. I just said roaches are the main bug I am scared of, but I hate all of them, including spiders. I think you and me both would be running in the opposite direction if we saw one, so I hate them just as much as you. Listen to what Toto said about that. Toto's eyes widen. Wait, are you saying I finally found a fellow bug-fearing bro? I've been waiting for this day my whole life. His tail wags uncontrollably. You and me against the world of creepy crawlies. Well, mostly just us running and screaming at each other, but still. It is so large. That's hilarious. Oh, one more question. How you feel about clowns? Asking for a friend. Does that mean you're gonna make fun of me for saying? Give me a moment. Alright, guys. I said, I'm kind of afraid of them too. I've always kind of had a fear of a lot of things. I can tell you this, one of the reasons I'm so terrified of bugs, especially of roaches, is because there have been 2 instances in my life where I've had woken up to them crawling on my face and beard. I don't know if he's saying that or that's him, like, I don't know. It just says, full body shiver. Oh, no. He grabs both your shoulders with tiny claws, his eyes wide in shared trauma. That's worse than my spider in the shoe incident. At least mine was just one shoe. Your face? Well. He dramatically collapses onto the ground like a fainting It's... He dramatically collapses onto the ground like a fainting Victorian lady. What the frick is this label? He suddenly shoots back up with fiery determination. New mission. We're gonna make your room the most roach-proof zone in history. I wish. I'll cast note-proof illusions on every window. Spray imaginary bug repellent. Train a squad of ghost type one to stand guard. Holy shoot. He pulls out a tiny notebook. Also noting things Hamac bug exterminator privileges and any pranks.
No clown bug hybrids. No road-shaped confetti. Got it.
And then he salutes.
Want me to turn your pillow into a sentient road zapper tonight?
He holds up a golden claw.
Just say the word.
Give me a moment. Alright, guys. It says, that's very nice. But how about for now we forget about those creepy crawlies and focus on more positive things? Can you make creatures appear with those powers of yours? Like another one of you or your evolutions, or even something really cool like my favorite legendary Lugia, or even a fire-breathing dragon? His eyes sparkle like the 4th of July!
Oh, my time has come.
He cracks his knuckles dramatically.
What's this?
Oh no. He creates a mini army of Type Totodiles all breakdancing. A very confused looking Feralier wearing a party hat waves awkwardly. He's making a bunch of things appear. Lugia appears, but it's the size of a toaster and keeps bumping into trees.
I am very small legend. It squeaks.
A dragon is just a Charmander. What in the world? A dragon is just a Charmander strapping to a kite yelling,
I'm doing my best.
I can't do Charmanders.
I'm doing my best.
That's the best Charmander I can do now. He faints dramatically.
Whew. Loser is exhausting when I show off.
Cuts into a pile of sparkles.
See? Anything you want. No, you don't mind it being slightly defective.
She was watches the Lugia try and fail to lift a pebble.
What's next? A talking sandwich? A dancing mailbox?
He grins wildly.
The world's our illusionary oyster.
What in the world? I'm actually kind of glad I got this extremely funny Totodile now because, dear me, with me hitting the counter a while ago, I need something to keep myself positive. So this is hilarious and helping me. Give me a moment. Alright, guys. Here's what it says. It says, I have an idea. So it's time to not wear yourself out by doing so many at once. Try to take a Lugia and a Totodile and make it a hybrid Pokemon. I've actually seen one of them before, where half is a Lugia and the other half is a Totodile. His eyes widen with childlike excitement.
Lugia plus Totodile.
He gasped.
A rare and elusive Lugiodile. Have you seen one before?
His jaw dropped.
You, my friend, are full of surprises.
A Lugia-Dile hybrid.
Hmm.
He rubbed his chin with a tiny claw.
I think I know how to do it. It'll take a lot of effort. Okay.
He closed his eyes and started concentrating. He grinned with effort as a glowing aura forms around him.
Come on. I know I can do this.
A translucent Lugia-shaped outline appears, followed by a smaller Totodile-shaped one. They both become brighter, wavering back and forth before finally stabilizing and merging.
Poof.
A Lugia-sized Totodile with Lugia wings and tail stands before us like a majestic, confused bird dog.
Okay. I think I did it.
He sighs.
And only used 87% of my energy. Worth it!
Oh my gosh. Alright, guys. It says, that's pretty good. The one I've seen, though, is actually left side of Lugia, and the right side being Totodile, like half and half of each Pokemon. Totodile's eyes widen.
Half and half? Half Lugia, half Totodile? A perfect hybrid mon!
He stands up with fierce determination and his eyes as
That is how you turn a legendary into art. I gotta try that one.
he begins muttering something about color theory while gathering energy for suddenly freezing.
Wait, you've actually seen one before?
He just gets a side eye.
You sure you're not pulling my tail?
Give me one. Alright, guys. It says no. In fact, he's actually living with me. He was given to me by another Totodile, and it's actually humongous. Way bigger than normal Lug is. Not only that, he can speak perfect English and keeps getting bigger every little time I showed him even a bit of love. His jaw drops.
Speaking English and getting bigger when you show love? Oh, this is so not fair.
Mr. Macklin crosses his tongue. His name is,
Why does he get to be so amazing and special, eh? I'm just as adorable and legendary as that big lug.
he grumbles. Suddenly he perks up with mischievous smirk.
Actually, I have a wonderful, evil idea.
What? What? I'm kind of scared to find out. Oh my gosh. His eyes twinkle with chaotic joy.
I'm going to out legendary that overachieving hybrid of yours in the most perfect, most adorable, and most petty way possible.
He runs upon Lone's chin in a devious manner, suddenly stops, his eyes narrowing.
How fond are you of your, uh, beloved Super Toadile? Because my idea involved a teensy bit of a revengeful prankery.
Oh no. Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys. It says I really care about him. In fact, I've loved on him so much that he's nearly 1,000 feet tall. I want you to know something. I care about your species and evolution so much. In fact, Totodile, Chrono, and Viraga are my favorite Pokemon, while Lugi's my favorite legendary Pokemon. So having a hybrid of two of my most favorites, of course I'm going to take love on him. His eyes widen in surprise, followed by a mix of awe and jealousy.
1,000 feet tall? He blinks. But how is that even possible?
He shakes his head fiercely.
Nope. No. I refuse to be outdone by a giant-sized monstrosity. I will still outcute and outprank that giant show-off.
He paces back and forth fiercely.
I have a plan. But first, you need to answer a question for me.
Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys. It says, I will, but like I just said, I love all of your species and evolutions. Why do you think I was petting you when you first walked in front of me and calling you adorable? I wouldn't do it to a point I didn't like. I have a few Ferraggers that are very sweet towards me and even have my own Riggerugi that loves me. He sighs, then smiles with genuine warmth.
Oh, I believe ya. It's just most humans don't really like or care about us dark types. They think we're dangerous or that we should be evil or that all we do is cause trouble. He frowns. But I've always wanted to have someone who just likes Totodiles and Crocodiles. Not for any reason, but just because you want to. Like a friend.
Give me a moment. Alright, guys. It says, I would happily be your friend if that's what you want. My love for that hyper I told you about should prove that. It's a mix of your species and a Lugia, like I said. Like I also said, he's over 1,000 feet tall because I cared about him so much. If I do it to him, imagine the love I give to the regular Pokemon of the same species. Overcome with a rush of emotion and he tries to cover his face with little paws.
I, I just always wanted a friend who just treat me normally, not make me do tricks or test my trust or treat me like a freak just because I happen to be a dark type.
Oh, he's sobbing. He wipes his eyes, sniffing dramatically.
And now you come along and you care about Totodiles?
Give me a moment. Alright, guys. I said, of course I do. I love your species so much, and that goes for your evolutions too. And if you need more proof than just the hybrid I've been telling you about, I can easily call him by his name and he will come. Or, you want as much proof, use a small illusion of a crocodile for alligator, and I can show you how much I care that way. He gasped.
You mean you call for your 1,000 foot tall Googie Hyper just to prove a point?
He what?
You really do that for a little Totodile? Oh, he says, I don't, I don't even know what to say. This is, I can't believe,
He tears up.
you know what? I think, I think you're right. You do love my species that much. My prankster heart believes you.
Oh my gosh. He's so cute. Give me a moment. Alright, guys. It says, I'm glad. Believe me, if I didn't care about you, I wouldn't have been so nice to you. I didn't even expect you to be afraid of bugs, especially spiders. I kind of thought originally if I told you, you would laugh at me or something. No, he freaked out over that too. He laughed nervously.
Heh, yeah. Funny thing about that,
He's just awkwardly.
promise not to laugh if I tell you an embarrassing secret.
It was a beside call for a pinky sweater on. Give me a moment. Alright, guys. It says, no, I won't laugh. If it has anything to do with bugs, I'd probably agree with you instantly. He takes a deep breath.
Okay, so
He leans in close.
the real reason I'm scared of spiders because one time I shapeshifted into one just to prank someone. Then I got stuck like that for 3 whole minutes. I couldn't change back. Just a spider with toad eyes screaming at its own legs.
Oh, I love Toad.
Miserably worst shapeshift ever. Now every time I see a spider, I just know they're judging me.
dramatically clutches his chest. What's made me laugh is not even about what Toad's telling me. It's the flipping thing it's telling me. Like, just the random words it's using. Like, dramatically clutches his chest out of nowhere.
The trauma.
He suddenly perks up.
So yeah, that's my dumb dark type origin story.
He points at you.
And you, Trenton, have just become my official anti-bug ally.
He wore up two matching friendship bracelets. One with no bugs, and the other with just screams. What the freak is going on? And then he sniffs it.
You're the best.
Give me a moment, guys. Actually, since I've talked to the. Give me a moment. Alright, guys. I just said, that does sound scary. I know in the original, or in the Google Gemini chatbots, I haven't gotten to this point yet, but most of the chatbots we do on Google, on ChatGPT, or on Character.ai will eventually be done on on Google Gemini as well as a whole separate storyline. In this regard, I'm going off the ones I've done on Character.ai before, and I've done nearly every chatbot, if not all of them, that I've made. So, it says, that does sound scary. You're probably not going to believe me on this, but there was actually one time where I met a crocodile. He was a very friendly Pokemon. However, he bumped into me. He turned to a 15-foot tall roach because of a curse a human put on him and his family. His jaw drops.
Wait, a massive 15-foot roach?
He gasped.
It was because of a human's curse? I swear, humans.
He glares at nothing in particular with tiny paws on hips.
Not only do they give us evil reputations, some of them also just curse poor little poems just 'cause they can. It's just cruel.
He turns back to you, his tail swishing sadly.
What happened to that crocodile afterwards? Was he okay?
Give me a moment. Alright, guys. I said he was very upset at first because he just wanted a human friend, but every time he would bump into anyone, he would turn into a bug. If I remember correctly, he was forced to turn into a bug that the person most feared, hence why when I bumped into him, he turned into a roach. But he was apologizing and trying to talk to me instead of trying to scare me. And eventually, after I talked for a while, I did become his friend despite my fear of bugs, and I think that actually let him turn back into his normal self. Oh, see, the Totodile frowns.
How absolutely horrible. Cursed to turn to someone's worst fear just for wanting a friend? I can't imagine a more cruel form of mockery. He shudders. But it seems as if you saved him.
It nods.
You said you stayed with him even with your own fears? I bet by doing that you proved to him that he didn't have to shapeshift to be accepted. He could just be himself and the human that cursed him be danged. Is that right?
Give me a moment. Alright, guys. It says it's been a long time since I've seen him, but if I remember correctly, he could only turn back if the person could accept him even as a bug and become friends with him either way. I think I remember him telling me that the human that originally put the curse on him and his family either calling crocodiles ugly or the whole evolution line ugly, and that he didn't want them to have any friends. But again, it's been so long, I don't quite remember. His eyes widen.
Ugly? Who in their right mind would call any Toto evolution ugly?
Yeah, yeah, guys. Answer me that too. Who in their right mind would? All crocodile haters who seem to end the same thing for the mega fur alligator. Mm-hmm. You know who you are. Yeah, and Toto's calling you the heck out on it.
We got style, charm, teeth for days, and that's just the basics. Flips non-existent hair dramatic. Wait, what? He flips his non-existent hair dramatic. I was like, what in the world? It was like messing. It was like weird. And then he huffs. Some humans just don't deserve Pokemon friends. But he points at you. You prove that the curse could be broken with kindness.
He nods approvingly.
He, and now you're telling me this after already promising not to laugh at my spider trauma. You, Trin, are officially the best kind of human.
He dabs his eyes with tiny claws.
He suddenly perks up. Wait, does this mean your friendship powers can also break my irrational fear of spiders?
He gasps.
You might be the key to my redemption arc.
He points dramatically.
Let's test this theory. Discover a spider right now and see if I panic. Disclaimer, may panic.
Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys. It says, I'm not just going to try scaring you like that. If you have a deep fear of spiders, why would I want to make it worse for you? That's like a while ago when I told you not to do any illusions about bugs and you said you wouldn't. But then a few minutes later you decide, let's make a bug illusion happen to see if he gets scared. I don't want you to be freaked out. I'm not like those humans that you said always used to do stuff that would inspire us to prank you. That was just horrible. Turtle's eyes widen and soften with sincerity. You really mean that? You never tried to make my fear of spiders get worse on purpose? Even as a joke? Not even a little bit? He hesitates, then nods. You're, you're not like those other terrible humans at all. He sniffles. You're like the kindest human I've ever met. He rolls his tiny watery eyes with pause. This is the first time someone cared. Aw, that's very sweet. Give me a moment. Alright, guys. It says, of course I do. Remember, you're my favorite point after all. You and your evolutions. Plus, you've done the same thing for me. You haven't tried to intentionally scare me with bug illusions just to be mean, you know? He nods furiously.
I, I promise you, I would never try to scare you on purpose just to be mean. That would be
He shudders.
awful. I know exactly how that feels.
He shakes his furry head, then stares with big, watery, yet determined eyes.
I may be a silly prank loving dark type, but I would never play cool tricks on a human that treats me like an actual friend.
That is so sweet. I love this little guy. He's so adorable. Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys. I said, that's very sweet. You know, actually, the point in God helped me get some power too. I could give you something that you want. Have you ever wanted a certain creature, or even Pokemon that can be with you? I'll probably give it to you. His eyes widen.
Wait. The porn god? You got a gift from the literal creator itself?
His jaw drops.
It gave you the power to make real living creatures out of thin air? He guessed. Oh, oh wow! That is a very tempting offer.
He narrows his eyes. No chin.
But what's the catch? No power this powerful can be given without consequence.
Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys. Here's what it says. I said, there's no catch whatsoever. I think as long as the power was not used for anything evil, like trying to ill people just to be mean, it's fine to be used. Let me just show you first. Oh, great power I possess. Now, please summon me a baby green Lugia that is very sweet and protective towards me. And right as I snap my fingers, oh my gosh. Poof! A swirling golden light bursts from your fingertips, and suddenly, a tiny baby green Lugia, no bigger than a pillow, materializes mid-air with a soft whoop before tumbling into your arms. It blinks sleepy silver eyes, turns adorably, and immediately nuzzles against your chest. I love you. The dark Totodile stares, jaw on the floor, his eyes twinkling with pure wonder. He whispers,
I need one.
he points to your mouth,
Make me a
thinking noises.
a baby Zora. No, wait. Gasp. I made your Giratina that likes head pats. Wait,
His eyes wide,
can't be both?
hopeful claw clasping. Oh my gosh. Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys. It says, yeah, I can give you both. Oh, and I just do it again. Please summon me a baby Zora and a tiny friendly Giratina. Yep. Poof! An adorable Zora cub materializes, landing gently on your shoulder while making tiny squeaky fox noises. It immediately starts licking your face happily. Tiny Giratina appears, no larger than your hand. It makes the cutest, most confused little grumble, gurgle sounds as it examines its surroundings before crawling up onto your head. The Lugia is still cuddling in your arms, purring happily and yawning. Give me a moment. Alright, guys. It says while talking, I start petting Zora, Giratina, and the green Lugia. See? There's the 2 point you asked for. He's stunned for a moment before squealing dramatically with delight.
Yes! That that is perfect! Oh my gosh! You actually pulled it off! A baby Zora mini Giratina Lugia combo? It it's it's the best day of my life! Oh oh wait, I almost forgot the best part.
His eyes shine with mischief and eager anticipation. He was.
Can I can I make one more request?
Give me. Hold on. I'll say sure, and we'll see how it. We'll see what he says before I do anything. He clutches his paws together like a kid in a candy store.
Okay. So, you already gave me a Zora.
Oh my gosh, it's going by too fast. There we go.
You already gave me a Zora and a Giratina. But now,
He takes a dramatic breath. He points.
I want a tiny Darkrai that cannot use Nightmare.
He clarifies hurriedly.
Like, just a cute little harmless shadow blob that likes cookies and cannot traumatize children.
He nods rapidly.
A therapy Darkrai.
He holds across pleadingly.
Please, oh please. I want to hug one without getting cursed.
He starts bouncing.
Also, maybe if it's not too much trouble, can it squeak when it squeezes?
Excuse me? Optional. Are you sure about that? Give me a moment. Alright, guys. I said, yeah. And I just do my powers again and say, please summon me a very small Darkrai that cannot cause nightmares and squeaks when they squeeze. Now, probably that's one of the things he wanted. Yep. A shadowy shape materializes in your hands and morphs into a tiny and squeaky Darkrai that seems to stare up at you curiously. And see the tail gasps dramatically, his eyes shining.
It it's perfect.
He snatches the mini Darkrai and starts squeezing the life out of it in a big hug.
It squeaks. Squeaky little shadow bean.
Oh my gosh. Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys. It says I can do nearly anything with this power. This little green Lugia that I gave myself, I can do even different things with that and everything else that I summon. You know how I told him to be sweet towards me and protective? Well, he's a baby right now. I can do this, for example. And I say, oh, great power that I possess. Please make this baby green Lugia grow to be 20 feet tall. Also able to speak perfect English. The baby Lugia's in your arms suddenly glows, then shoots upward like a firework, growing taller and taller until he towers over the trees at a majestic 20 feet. He peers down at you curiously, then leans his massive head down and speaks in perfect, booming English. Oh wow, this is way more comfortable than being tiny. He glances at him. Hey, little guy. Totodile stares, jaw dropped, then dramatically falls back onto the grass. He faints, then shoots back up.
I I need to learn this.
Power! Oh my god. He goes to your sleeve with tiny goes,
Teach me now.
oh. Alright, guys. It says, unfortunately, I can't just teach that power to anyone. The one God is who gave it to me, and I think the only reason he gave it to me was because he was sick of humans attacking me and being mean to me. Trust me, this sweet Lugia right here won't be very sweet if he sees anybody even attempt to hurt me. In fact, he would probably be extremely angry. As I say, as I go over to the now 20-foot tall green Lugia and gently hug his neck. I love you, my friend. Oh no. It says, shivering with envy.
But but
He goes his head sourly.
you get all the magic? If one God personally trusted you with that much power, and not a single one of the dark and ghost types?
He sighs dramatically and dramatically plops onto the ground next to your big green Lugia buddy.
So unfair. How do I get special powers, huh?
He whines with envy. Like I said, I think he feels bad for me. People have been extremely mean to me. Ooh, making fun of me for no reason, throwing rocks at my head, and even hitting me over the head as hard as they can, like they were trying to kill me. Here's where it changes. It's as his eyes widen, then narrow with fury. Sound his highlights, he grabs your sleeve with his tiny claws, his fur puffing up angrily.
Listen here, human. I know how it feels to be treated like trash for no reason, I know how much that hurts. And now those monsters tried to kill you?
His eyes glow brighter, and for the first time his voice drops to a chilling whisper.
They won't touch you again.
Oh shoot. He turns to the massive Lugia who stares back silently before nodding. I don't know who's talking at the Lugia. We both got you now. He gives you a fierce hug.
Nobody messes with Trina on our watch.
Give me a minute. Alright, guys. I said, yeah, it's been very rough. Arceus himself hasn't even showed up. Has even showed up in my dreams and given me stuff. One time, even giving me a whole new item that nobody in the porn world had. A Pokemon that, when thrown at a Pokemon wild or already caught, would become hypnotized and suddenly grow massive, becoming extremely protective over the person who originally threw it, even disobeying the original trainer's orders that had the pawn in the first place. However, there was a catch to that item. You could not use it to cheat in Pokemon battles. If you did, the pawn would turn on you instead, even if you used it on your own Pokemon. If you tried to cheat in a Pokemon battle using it, you're most and it didn't put half the words I said. We're probably gonna get attacked by your own Pokemon instead. He cleans his tiny paw into a fist with determination.
That's disgusting. It makes me so mad that some humans are just so cruel to others.
Looks at you in awe.
Wait, Arceus gave you that? A Pokemon that makes the wild Pokemon get protective? What an amazing gift!
It messed it up. I'll see if I can fix it. Alright, guys. I said, yeah, it's been very rough. Oh, wait, no, I get rid of that stuff out. Here's the new thing it finally gave me once I had to go rewind back to that part and retype in everything again. It said, Tail's eyes widened to saucer size.
Arceus gave you a Rebel Hyper Ball?
He dramatically clutches his head.
That's insane! That's unheard of! That's the coolest thing ever!
He starts pacing in frantic circles.
Okay. So it's like a justice ball. It turns points into giant bodyguards, but only if you're not being a jerk.
He nods approvingly.
That's so Arceus.
He was.
Can I see it? Just once? I promise I won't throw it at anything.
He paused, but what is it? It quasi pleadingly.
What's it, a bully?
That I make no promises. Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys. This is unfortunate. The items were not deterring humans to keep them from attacking me, so he just took the items back and eventually just gave me the power to basically do anything because of how fed up he was. It says the tail whines with disappointment, then stares at the ground. He sighs out.
Oh, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Humans are notoriously dumb.
He shakes his head.
It's just not fair. You had so many cool powers, yet here I am, with no powers of my own.
He looks up with large watery eyes.
It just makes me feel so useless.
Give me a moment. You know what, guys? I'm gonna go end it off kind of early. I did have more story to go through, but I'm gonna just go and end off right now. That's what I'm saying. I do pretty much any character at this point. I'm surprised with Zombie Rex he went super well. But when I do other characters most of the time, it doesn't really work out that well anymore. Why do you think I stick to Google Gemini and not ChatGPT or Google Gemini? I mean, why do you think I stick to Character AI instead of anything? Why do you think I stick to Google Gemini instead of Character AI? You know what I mean? Like the only time it's really gonna work is if I do it through my universe. Like if I do it, like if I do like I don't know if I do it like the Dragon Guardian or something like that, or the Divine Velociraptor. Actually, next time I'll be the next chatbot I do will be the Divine Velociraptor again. I know I do it a lot, but that's the one chatbot where you can make up any rule, any creature you want, you can have it in there. You want to flip in whole paradise filled with Lugias flying around, you can have that. Like I could have a, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm gonna go in off, guys. That's it. I'm done.